Hey, how's it going? Today we're gonna look at 10 different phrasal verbs. 10 phrasal verbs. So let's start. Let's jump right in. So the first phrasal verb is speak up. If I'm speaking and you cannot hear me, I need to ask you to speak up. Can you speak up a bit? Can you speak up? Can you increase the volume of your voice? Can you speak up? Thanks. Now I can hear you. Now, second one, to dress up. So to dress up means to use more formal clothing. If you go to a wedding, you have to dress up. You go to a wedding and you have to dress up. And if you're dressed down, that means that you're using casual clothes. So you go out and you go meet with your friends, you are dressed down. You're gonna go and hang out in the park with your friend, and you guys are dressed down. You don't have to dress up to meet with your friends, but if you go to a formal gathering, you have to dress up. Okay, so dress up. You're using more more formal clothes, and to dress down, you are using more casual things, more casual clothing. Next, set up. Set up. So the set with up, the T becomes a flap D, like set up. Or if it's British, something like set up. So set up or set up. Okay? So you can set up a company. So if you set up a company, you start the company. So you're preparing the company. The company is not ready yet. But once you set it up, it's ready. So you're making it to become prepared, right? So they set up a company in 2 years. So they created a company. It was all set after 2 years. So you can set up a company. So the company is ready. It's set. You can set up a meeting. So you can arrange a meeting. If you set up a meeting, you're calling people, you're sending emails, and you're making sure that everything is set. So you are setting up a meeting. And you can also set up the table, right? You grab all the dishes, and you grab the cups and everything else, and you put everything there. The forks, the knives, everything is there, and it's all set up. Next one, warm up. Warm up. So before exercising, you have to warm up. So to warm, if something is warm, it's a little bit less than hot. So I'm warming up my body. My body is increasing temperature. So before exercising, you have to do a warm up. And the opposite of warm up is to cool down. So after your whole sequence of exercises, you have to cool down. So first you do a warm up, and then you do the whole sequence of exercises. Maybe you're playing soccer or something like that. And at the end, you have to cool down, right? Maybe you do some stretching. Maybe you go back to the treadmill for a walk or something like that. Cool. Next one, bring up. So every time, if I bring something with me, that means that I carry that thing. But if I bring something up, that means that I can see it. It's normally related to like a topic, right? So if let's say I'm at a table with some people and I bring up politics, that's not something really nice, right? Because people have different opinions, they have different points of views, and I can also bring up religion, right? So things that you shouldn't bring up. So things that you shouldn't mention. So every time you bring up something, you are mentioning, you're talking about something. So for example, I met a friend last week, and he brought up, so bring is the present, brought is the past. So he brought up a lot of issues that he's facing currently in his life. So he brought up a lot of problems that he's facing. So he mentioned a lot of things. So you bring something up. You mention something. So normally it's not something good to bring up politics to people that you don't know or people that disagree with you, or it's not good to bring up religion, to mention religion, right? These are sensitive topics, so not very commonly good topics to bring up. Next one, we have come up to. So if I come up to you, I can come up to you and say something. So if I come up to you, I'm getting closer. So I come up to. So you can say something like, oh, she came up to me and said that she is leaving her job, right? So she came up to me and told me a joke, right? So the person got closer to you and did something, right? Normally when you're speaking, we can say something like, oh, she came up to me saying that she's going on vacation next month, or she came up to me and said that she doesn't like coffee. So someone comes up to you and say something. So normally that's what happens when you use come up to. Cool. Come up to, let's go. Look up. So am I talking about looking up? No, definitely not. I can look up to the sky, right? I can look up, but I'm not talking about the action of looking up. I'm talking about the phrasal verb, look up. So if you look up, you search, you bring that thing to you. So you bring it to your attention. So if I look up a word in the dictionary, that means that I bring that word to my vision. So to look up means to search. So I can say, I don't know that. I have to look it up on Google. So I have to look it up, or I have to look up on Google. So to look up, to search, just means to search. Look up in the dictionary, look up on Google. To look up. And next one is fill up. I can fill up this cup with a lot of stuff. I can fill it up. I can fill it up. So I can fill up. Once I fill it up, it's filled up. Filled up. Fill up, filled up. If I eat a lot, I can say that I'm filled up. Oh well, I'm completely full. I'm full. So my whole body, my stomach is filled up. Come up. So slightly different than come up to. So if I come up with an idea, that means that I'm creating an idea, or this idea came to the surface. So I can say something, oh, she came up with this crazy idea about going to Alaska or something like that. So to come up, you can come up with a plan, you can invent or create a plan and bring it to other people's attention. So come up with an idea or a plan. So come up. Now, for example, if I say I come up with something, right? So to come up with, to think of a plan, an idea, or a solution to a problem, we need to come up with a better way of making money. We need to create a plan, an idea, or a solution to make more money. So we need to come up with a better idea for something. So if you come up with a plan, you come up with an idea, or you come up with a solution, right? You have to think about it and you have to create something new. Nice. Our last phrasal verb is to use up. Use up. If you use up, the thing is not working anymore. So let's say you use your phone's battery and you use it so much that the battery is not good enough anymore. So every time you charge, it's not good. So you can say that the battery is used up. Or let's say you're a farmer and you're growing a lot of vegetables, and after some time, the land becomes used up. Every time you try to grow more things, it doesn't grow because it's used up. So, for example, we have the definition to finish a supply of something. So someone used up all the milk. So all of the milk got to an end. There's no milk anymore. It's completely used up. Now, our last phrasal verb is use up. Use up. if you use something up, that means that there's nothing left. So it's used up. You can say that someone used up the milk, or your phone's battery is used up. There's no battery left. There's no energy left. There's no milk left. It's used up. It's used up. Okay?